All right, so I suppose this is my first on location blog, but as you will see, this is basically cheating. Like I said, this is cheating. So, all right, see, it's just beautiful out here, fresh snow. Oh, I forgot to close the door. Actually, we're starting to lose the light. It's quite dark. So I'm gonna try to get some shots and then head on back in where it's warmer. Birds are the loudest thing around here. Maybe some of the branches. I mean, I'm trying to look for things like foreground interest where the background can get sort of washed out. And there's some opportunities there with the sky in the background. Sky kind of isolating it. That's not too bad up there, actually. I've already unlocked that. Oh, there's fresh snow here. You see the hummingbird feeder there? It's like the only source of color in the whole landscape. See, lens hood comes in handy. It's not just to block out the sun. Maybe that's not bad. Oh, this is hard. This is hard to video at the same time. Yeah, the weird thing with winter scenes is you lose all the color. All the color that you have in like spring and summer and autumn, all those seasons, it just turns into like monochrome. So this little bit of color standing out in the landscape is kind of special, I think. So I kind of like this scene because it has the foreground plants just sort of sticking up here, and then it has the background, the nice tree. But unfortunately, there's that house sort of stuck on the side there. And well, this is suburbia, so I didn't hike very far. And yeah, I didn't hike very far, so I'm not going to be rewarded as much. I've set the aperture down to f11, so it needs 4 seconds, and now I'm losing the light. Alright, I'm getting kind of cold. I'm just kind of looking around. I want to see if I can get anything else before I lose light, before I get frostbite. No, it's not that cold actually. I'm just a wimp. Sorry, I'm kind of self-conscious when I'm out there, I guess, because it's so quiet, and I feel like I'm disturbing. Well, and there's neighbors on both sides who are wondering if I've gone crazy. So, when I can, I want to point out things that kind of went wrong, even in like a short shoot like that, so I can improve later. What went wrong this time is I forgot to switch the lens to or off of image stabilization because it makes no sense to have it on when you're on a tripod. It actually introduces more vibrations. So I turned that off after like one or two photos after I realized what was happening. You could actually hear it. It hums, it purrs. So I just turned that off. Another thing is I forgot my shutter release cable. That's no good. Yeah, those were the big lessons this time was I didn't have a checklist, which I should make. I keep pushing myself. I need to make a checklist for when I go out. And one of the things on that checklist is the cable release, which is handy. In this case, it's no big deal. When I forget my cable release, I set the timer to 2 second delay, which is fine for this case because I'm not doing like super long exposures. Um, but yeah, you would need to probably set it to like a 10-second timer actually because especially with longer lenses, you can see that they keep vibrating after you touched it. They keep vibrating for a few seconds, more than a few seconds. So that's kind of annoying. It's better to have the cable release. Yeah, that and then the stabilization. I think those were the two main lessons. Yeah, see what's in store for tomorrow.